Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Christmas celebration. And just a celebration, I was thinking today, this is like a gifting season, right? I mean, obviously, God gave us Jesus and himself wrapped in a baby. So that's the best gift ever. But in this season, we're giving gifts, we're receiving gifts. And so I just want to thank you all for plugging in and being a gift to me. As a consultant director in our area, you're a gift, you're a blessing. I don't take that casually. If you're a guest, thank you for supporting your consultant's business and being part of what she's doing and learning more about it. Our guest, I'd love to have you pop your name and who invited you on in the chat. If you have any questions during the program, while we're visiting and sharing, feel free to ask your questions, whether it's about a product featured or the opportunity in the chat section, because many of these women are in leadership training, and so they will be answering questions. When a guest comes to a Mary Kay event, do know that your consultant's trained to ask you a couple questions afterwards. She's going to want to know, what did you like best about it? We just want to make sure that when we're inviting you into our environment, you leave better for it, that you gain something from it, whether it's product knowledge, whether it's just being in a hopeful, encouraging environment, or it's hearing about the business. And maybe the business is something that you have been praying for, but it's going to be delivered to you in a different package than you thought. That's been my story. For 37 years ago, I was not happy with retail management, especially at this time of the year. And I was not happy with the fact that men were getting paid more for the exact same job with the same degree from college. They paid the same amount for their college tuition because they had different body parts. That did not make me happy. And I just felt like there was something more in life than exchanging time for money. And so when I was asked to be a face model for a new consultant's Mary Kay portfolio, some of you have brand new consultants, you helping them with Zoom or in-person facial helps them with their training. And I was helping a new consultant with their training. And in the process, I fell in love with the skincare, learned how to wash my face for the first time. I was an 80s child for sure. My mascara, I think, stayed on all 4 years of college. I did not wash my face a lot, but no one taught me. My mom didn't use skincare. Like, if someone doesn't teach you how to do this, you just don't know. And so I had a facial. My roommate joined me, bought our skincare set and yellow concealer. And Teresa was just sharing, we were visiting. She's a new consultant in the Atlanta area. And she was saying that she's met people that they don't even know that we have skincare in Mary Kay. They just think we're a makeup company. You guys, we have so much work to do. And what's exciting about that is that there's so many women that are going to bed tonight and they have no idea that skincare is our thing. And skincare is the most important thing because it's the foundation for any of the makeup. Hopefully the makeup's getting washed down the drain every night. Your skin is, we used to say, well, we can't make you look any younger when I first started Mary Kay. I mean, now we actually can with the time-wise repair and all of our clinical solutions and things. So guest, your job will be to ask questions, your consultant afterwards. She's trained to ask you what you like best. If you ever did start a Mary Kay business, what would the reason be? What stood out to you that you liked? And then what would hold you back from joining us now? I know now we're in the thick of the holiday season, but then I know right after the holiday season, the dread of the bills from the holiday season starts. And with this economy, people were already tight going into this. And so if making more money or having a new opportunity or checking this out is something that interests you, please get your consultant number and let's get you to the point where you know what you don't know, because on December 30th of this, couple Saturdays from now, we are doing our area's Get Your Year in Gear. And so this is news to my area also, because I have for 35 years since I've been a director, done a Get Your Gear in Gear the first Saturday in January. And what I love about Mary Kay events, I just got back from the $1 Million Reunion. There's always, ideas in Mary Kay. In most businesses, people won't share their ideas because you're their competition. In Mary Kay, we share ideas willingly. Plagiarism is highly encouraged because it helps us reach the women who think this is just a color company or think this is just for women of a certain age or skin color or personality. We need more consultants that can be out there sharing with women what Mary Kay desired for women to have 60 years ago. Not just a fantastic skincare line so they could feel better about how they took care of their skin and to be taught, but also to have a vehicle to be able to live with God first, family second, and career third. And so, guest, that I know your consultant is giving you a gift for being on. I just hope this time is a gift. And for the consultants too, just as an appreciation of everything that we have to be grateful for in this season. And then on the 30th, we are going to gather together your consultant, your director, the whole area. We'll probably fan that out tomorrow so everyone can get it on their date book. It will be a Miracle Set skincare class. So you are going to get to invite guests on Zoom, or if you want to invite them in person, there will be the new Miracle Set skincare class. So you can have samples to your guest, or they can do a QVC style. We're going to record it, so it's a training tool afterwards. It is going to be a full circle, new Miracle Set skincare class from 10 to 12 with instruction. 12 to 1 will be a working lunch. So we'll leave Zoom. You'll be able to follow up with your guest, get the referrals, get the bookings, do the 4-point recruiting plan that we're going to model. And then 1 to 3, we're going to come back together and we are going to hear from a person who teaches a class to women on helping them be financially wise. Because traditionally, women have not been financially wise. And the statistics for women, after 50 and 60 that are not financially sound is not good. And Mary Kay Ash, one of the reasons she started this business is so that women of all ages could be financially sound. And then we're going to be talking about money management and then some other training that I'm excited to share with you. So that day is get your year in gear early. Like get your year in gear before the year ends. So by the time the New Year's bell rings on January 1st, we are ready to roll. So if you can protect that time, fantastic. We definitely will record it, but being live is always better. So what I wanted to do tonight is have some of our leadership team share, and they have no idea what they're sharing. So this isn't, prepared for you, but you guys, when we did meetings live, no one really knew what was going on, right? We just have people come up to the front of the room and just say, okay, this is what I want you to share. In addition to your name, this is what I want you to share. And so that is how we're rolling. Like, I wish you could all be here and I could be giving you the cookies I just made, but I don't know, you guys just did not want to come to Metro Detroit tonight to see me. So we are gathering together virtually, but I'm hoping that it feels the same when you get off. So I wanted to lead off. I'm going to spotlight some people so it's easier for you to see them. Let's see, Kathy's here. I am going to spotlight some of these women are driving, have earned free cars in Mary Kay. And so that is an exciting program. I'm looking, Kelly has a migraine. I forgot to put earrings on. What kind of beer naked? All right, my Christmas tree has to take the place of everything. Christina, I'm not sure if you can get on. I'll try.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm here.
Do you think it's just your video?
I'm on my phone now. So
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Might be my Zoom.
I'm not sure if I can. Your video's not on. Can you put your video on? asked to start video? I'm also going to do the women who are qualifying for their first cars at Spotlight, and down here at Spotlight. Christina, do you have your video on? We lost her again.
It says it's on.
Is it? Let's see. I can see you. Where's Christina?
Christina's on the screen spotlighted.
She is?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So what I would love these women to do. So these are, Christina's earned a free car with Mary Kay. Kathy, it has earned, you guys can tell them how many free cars you've earned. And right now, Deborah and Tina are both qualifying for the tracks, which is, there's in Mary Kay, there's a tracks, there's an Equinox, and there's the Cadillac. Then as a national, we can take the XT5 or the Escalade. So I have chosen the Escalade for as long as Mary Kay has offered an Escalade. But I would love to have these women share your name before or while you're with Mary Kay right now. How do you spend your time? So occupation, or how before Mary Kay or with, what do you do? What could have held you back from starting your Mary Kay business? So think of the newer consultants that are on, or the guest. What could have held you back from starting your Mary Kay business? And then I did ask if you have a favorite product, to share what that favorite product is, and guests, you may want to jot down. There may be some things that you want from your consultant or great gifts to give people. And then I want you to share what gifts are you most grateful for that you've gained from your Mary Kay business? So those could be tangible, those could be intangible. And obviously, they may overlap. So if someone said your gift, like pick a different gift so that everyone gets to hear all the possible gifts by the time we have each of our consultants, and then we'll have our director share next. So who wants to lead us off?
I can go.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, it's Christina. So I started my business almost 10 years ago, and I have earned two free cars since then. What I did before Mary Kay, I was a financial advisor. So I managed my own office here in Canton, Michigan. And I had met my director, Alden, at a chamber networking event, a luncheon. And it just snowballed from there. So I am full-time Mary Kay. Everything I do is Mary Kay related. So I probably, work, I'm probably about 25, 30, 25 hours on my business. And I am so excited to share with you my favorite product right now. Being in Michigan, it's very dry, cold, and it's easy to get chapped lips. So my favorite is our satin lip set. So I love the set. I used to be addicted to Blistex. Anyone else addicted to chapstick or anything like that, know that there is an ingredient in that, and those products actually dry your lips out more. And so it makes you want to use more. So with our satin lips, that does not happen. So our lips don't exfoliate by themselves. You need a little help the skin on your lips to exfoliate. That's why people get chapped lips all the time. And with this set, with the sugar scrub and the balm, that does not happen. So I love the set, and they come in boxes and they fit really nicely in stockings. So everyone should have these in their stockings this Christmas. And I am grateful for the culture of women, everyone that I have met in this business. I mean, I don't see myself ever leaving Mary Kay, because there's something I get from this culture that I've never had in my life. My background, a lot of things that happen in my background and stuff like that. And I just never had a culture of women that were supportive. And that's what I love about this business. And I'm so thankful for that came out of my starter kit. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're glad that you got on. And who's next?
I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Deborah Johnson. I am now full-time Mary Kay, working my business, but just 8 months ago, and for 20, 30 years prior, I've always been in healthcare. And as a lot of people can relate, in February, actually it was in January, I was called into a meeting and told my position was being eliminated. I was a vice president of a corporate entity that I had built and grown for the company, and they just said, "Hey, we're good now. Thank you. Here's a little severance, and be on your way." I was not shocked because I kind of anticipated that this would happen. So I actually began when COVID hit to position and think about how would I make Mary Kay my next plan A. And so I immediately, and thankfully to be a part of this team and having amazing coaching and women just cheering me on, was I a little bit tough to teach? Yeah, I think so. I was a little set in my ways and, thought I could do this all on my own. So took a little while actually, but I am very excited and just qualified in the last month, as Dawn had shared, for director, which hoping, praying, and planning and working to that it happens at the end of this month, and then qualifying for my very first free Mary Kay card. So excited. And I think what could have held me back, and I was a personal use consultant for 35 plus years. So I had the opportunity along that journey, right, to have made this my choice. But I always said, "Oh, I'm not a salesperson. Oh, I don't know enough women. Oh, I can't do that." So I'm sure anyone on this call could relate to that. But you're taught. So for anyone listening, tuning in, if you're open and you're not, a little hard-headed like I might have been in the beginning, you just follow your director's instruction, and you can do whatever you want to do in this business. What am I most grateful for? It's going to be redundant. I think you're going to hear a lot of the women supporting each other. But I think for me, I always, gosh, when I was a young teen, said, I'm going to do something with women and children. Somewhere, somehow, never knew what that meant. That was just my thing, right? I'd say it, and I knew that was going to be somewhere in my future. So what I love the most, and I was in the studio today with a guest, I love helping women cleanse their face, make themselves look and feel great. And there's nothing better than that. So I get such joy. That gets me out of bed and gets me motivated every morning. So what I chose is the Silky Setting Powder. And I love, love, love this product. So it is next generation in high performance. I'm going to read because I think as I was reading it, I'm like, well, no wonder I like it. 12 different shades. And I think what Mary Kay is awesome about is the pigments. This has modern pigments, which reflect global diversity and gives a flawless face. So it is plant-based, emollient, contributes to a silky whisper-like softness. And really, it's just as simple as, a little bit. And this is after I've put everything on, right? But it does keep my face. Like I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, put my face on, and here I am. But you can add this in, throughout the day. So I just love this and kind of feel great when I have it on. So I think I covered everything, Dawn. Thank you.
You did. It's perfect. Well, and this is going to be fun for some consultants too. There may be some products that you haven't tried that you're going to want to pull off your shelf or get on your next order. We're finishing up in Mary Kay. There's prizes that consultants can earn. In addition to their 50% profit, they are earning gifts monthly. They're getting gifts from the company quarterly. So we finish a quarter the 15th. If you're thinking about starting a business, this is a great time because you could be a star consultant by the 15th, which means that when Mary Kay Inc. on their Facebook page, on their Instagram, is talking about the business of opportunity and someone goes to marykay.com, consultants can pick 5 zip codes that they want to get leads from. and star consultants are the first ones to get those leads. And so no one's sitting at home waiting and depending on their whole business to come from that. But when I started, we didn't have the internet and there was no websites. And so no one was giving me any customers at all. And so to get even one free customer is a bonus, but they're given to star consultants because one of the number one complaints that we hear from customers is that it's too hard to get Mary Kay product. When it's easier to go to Sephora or Ulta or Target on your way home from work than get your Mary Kay product because your consultant doesn't keep it on hand, we lose business. That is not good for our brand, and it's not good for your individual business. And so the company wants to direct new business to people who are running their business as business owners versus order takers. And the company makes that totally risk-free because of our buyback policy. So who is next? Thank you, Deborah.
I can go next.
Thank you, Kathy.
Absolutely. My name is Kathy Fowler. I live in Monroe, Michigan. So I'm about 30 miles south of Detroit and about 20 miles north of Toledo. So I'm kind of sandwiched in, but still in Michigan, you guys, still in Michigan. The hardest part of my day today was trying to choose like a favorite product. Oh, I skipped over telling you what I did before Mary Kay. And during the first half of my 8-year stint with Mary Kay, I was a flight attendant and gone a lot. So that's what actually could have held me back and stopped me from becoming a consultant, is just because I was gone 4 to 5 days a week, like around the clock, and only had a couple of days at home. So to me, that was busy. The cool thing is that in this 8-year stint with Mary Kay, I've heard it said, and I'm learning firsthand that, you know, we go through these seasons of life, right? And everybody's in their own little place. When I had 4 little kids at home within 5 years, I thought that was the busiest I'd ever be in my life. They're all grown and gone, moved literally around the country. They're all over the place. And now I've kind of moved into, and I think Donna's experienced some of this, I'm sure some of the others have. My busy time now is like helping take care of family members who need help with health issues or just aging in place kinds of issues. And it's amazing how much time. So I retired from my flight attendant position. It'll be 4 years. I just realized when I was thinking about this, 4 years in December. But it's like, I thought I would have so much time on my hands that I would just be looking for things to do. And that's not the case at all, because that time is always filled with all of the new seasons bounty, right? All of the things that come with that new season in life. So that's what could have held me back. The hard part of my day today was not taking care of those people, but it was choosing my favorite product, because I use all of the repair line. I love all of that. And it's really hard to pinpoint like where I see the most benefit, but I think the product that won my vote for this was the C+ resveratrol, the line reducer. And this gets combined with the HA+ ceramide for the hydration, but this really has made a difference. And I wish that when I first started, I would have done the skin analyzer and saved those results so that I could compare, because I know that I can see the changes in my skin and the reduction in the small lines. They're not erased, they're not totally gone, they're still there, but they're less apparent. And that's my goal. Like I am where I am, and things happen to our skin as we lose the collagen. But that's what the great thing with this product is that it's designed to help rebuild the collagen and loss of elasticity in your skin. So it works. I love it, and I can't say enough about it. It's just a really favorite product. I was also supposed to say something else. What else did you ask for?
Gifts that you've gained from your Mary Kay business.
Oh yeah. So that without a doubt is just my overall faith, my faith in God, my faith in life, my hope. I've always considered myself to be a faith-filled person, but I've learned so much about what it really means to have true faith. And I think it was Deborah said, this is going to get redundant because the culture of Mary Kay is so different from what I've experienced in my other career. But to have the support of all these women, and not just the support, but to feel the love and the growth that we experience because of who they are and who they've become and who they're helping me become in that process. Not that it's changed like my heart, but it's changed my the way that just who I am overall. And to just know that, like, and I've always known God is there, but like, God is my friend right here by my side. And regardless of what else is happening crazy in my life, to know that steadfast experience with him is always with me. It's just sometimes I have to tune in just a little bit better, but that is my biggest gift, above the cars. And I think you asked me to mention that too. I'm on my second car right now, going into my third this next year. So that's exciting, but faith is definitely my greatest gift.
And you guys think of how countercultural that is, like in this day and age, to say that the greatest thing you gain from your job is your faith, when you can't talk about your faith in most jobs these days. Mary Kay was so far ahead of her time. But you know what? None of this takes God by surprise. He knew 60 years ago when he planted that dream in that woman's heart to start this in retirement, to give other women what she didn't have financially. And Mary Kay herself started this based on the principles that she believed were most important: God first, family second, and career third. And to have a whole sales organization built on the golden rule, that the highest award you can get is the Miss Go Give Award, like that you treat other people that you are financially not paid on at all like you would want to be treated yourself. It is uncommon. And that's why I became a national sales director, is because I want to make sure we protect the uncommon in Mary Kay. That's the responsibility of all of us. It's not Mary Kay corporates. She knew when she was gone, she called us her daughters. And that, you may think that's weird. And when I started, I think I thought it was kind of weird. I came out of the University of Michigan Business School. They weren't calling people daughters that they were hiring. I mean, that was just family separate, faith is separate, and business is separate. You did them in your separate boxes, and don't combine them because it's not politically correct. And that I loved in Mary Kay, that women were sharing, like, Kathy, my faith has grown. I know God better because of my Mary Kay business. And we're just like, yay, that's awesome. Like, we're celebrating that as much or more than the cars and the financial security and the trips and all the other things that this company gifts us with. But that would make Mary Kay Ash so happy. I was trained by her. And I remember her saying at one of my first meetings, if on your last day, you have success in Mary Kay, but it's at the expense of raising your kids and being a wife and being a Christ follower, you're not a success. And I remember hearing her say that, going, really? Wow. Like, the people I know that run companies are like, I need you to do this and we have to do that, because it's all about the bottom line, the profit and the loss. And then Mary Kay added on, she goes, we're a business, so obviously there's a profit and loss piece, and Mary Kay is debt-free and family owned, so it is very well run. But she goes, P&L in Mary Kay also means people in love. And I'm like, this is one of the weirdest business meetings I've ever been to at that point in my life. But now I'm so glad it was weird, because it's changed who I've become in the process of this 37-year journey. Tina, you're next.
Awesome. Well, I'm Tina Kirby, and it's so funny. Everybody was from up north. I'm from Canton, but Canton, Georgia. So I'm the Southern girl on the screen. Currently I'm working a corporate job. So I'm working, 40 plus hours a week, and then working my Mary Kay business as well. What could have held me back when I started my business 15 years ago and really restarting my business just a few months ago is time. Because of working, 40 plus hours, a lot of people say, I'm busy, I don't have time. We all have the same 24 hours. It's just what we choose to do with it in that 24. So, I love that, part of, again, the training that we get in Mary Kay helps us to look at, hour by hour, what are you doing with each hour of your day? Instead of watching TV or doing things like that, it's like, okay, I'm going to invest in myself versus, investing in other things. So, taking that time and taking my time back, really, outside of that other, the job that I have and being able to work. So that's definitely what could have held me back then and even now, because, getting started and things have changed with technology as well. So having that knowledge as well is definitely different. So product, and I'm going to kind of show you guys this product, which I'm super excited because it kind of goes into something else that that we in Mary Kay, a lot of people don't know that Mary Kay gives so much money to cancer research, right? And today I'm so excited, and Dawn will share it with you later, but Lisa Arrington and some of the other ladies in our studio down here, we put together some chemo care kits, and part of it was the Mint Bliss. And so the Mint Bliss has that nice energizing for our legs, right? And so with this, it's great as a gift. I just popped it in a little mug. It's perfect for teachers, anybody that's retail people that are working right now. Lots of people that need this because it helps to energize, refresh, and it comes with a great little pair of socks. But I love that we were able to include this as part of our chemo care kits that we did. That was amazing to be able to give 156. Wow. It was, I wish I had one I could show you guys, but we gave them all away. But we had in here some of the great items, like the fragrance-free satin hands, along with the lip balm. And so it was great to be able to give, because isn't that what we do, right? We're all about giving. So I love that, we're able to incorporate and be able to, love and serve people that way. So I took care of my product. So my gift, I just want to say ditto, 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 ditto from everything that they said, because it is about the girlfriends. It's about the faith. But one thing that, gosh, like I did not have 15 years ago, and everybody thought I had, was confidence. And so, being able, in a slow kind of manner, get you into positions to where, you can talk in front of people, and you do a skincare class, and, all of those things. I think it's great that, we have such mentors and great leaders in Mary Kay that help us, and help us grow in that confidence. So that's something that I've definitely got out of my starter kit that I never dreamed I would ever have.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you know what, Tina, when you're talking about that, it makes me sad, because some people don't start this business because they're not the right personality. They don't think they're the salesperson type, which honestly is excellent, because when people perceive a salesperson to be pushy or manipulative, we don't want you to be that person. We want you to share this product and opportunity and let women make their own choices. We educate, you get to make the choice. That's how Mary Kay had this set up, very educationally. And it's why we have a lot of people with nursing and teaching backgrounds also. But the self-confidence piece, looking back, I didn't have self-confidence because my mom still doesn't have self-confidence, which breaks my heart. The only reason I have self-confidence is because I've seen women point me to God confidence. And so I know who God is and his character and his purposes and his ways. And so I can forget about myself, and I can serve other people through this product and this opportunity. And then you become, confident in him, and you take yourself out of the whole equation.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could have spent my life going to workshops and counselors and never had self-confidence, because you just don't wake up one day with it. And kids generally duplicate where their moms are. And those of you who know my daughter, there's no lack of self-confidence, because she clearly is living her life, and has since she was born, to an audience of one. And you guys, that's so freeing as a woman. This business, it's taken me 37 years, and there's still times that people approval will pop up, or making other people happy to the extent of unhealthiness, unhealthy boundaries. God has used this potter's wheel to work those things out of me while I was serving other people. Again, the process and the journey of Mary Kay, you make money, you win cars, you do all these fun things, but who you become in the process of it is the greatest prize, because that is the legacy you leave. That's what you pass on to your children, to your grandchildren, and to the people all around you. When you change a woman, you change generations. So I'm going to spotlight our next group. And actually, before I do that, so consultants, every month when you do 600 wholesale, your SOAR gift, this month, it's the jewelry case. This is beautiful. I love it because it's hard. It's not but it's not too big to travel with. So when you do your 600 wholesale this month, you get the jewelry case, but Mary Kay in December also. You guys, people pay, I don't know, I just paid $40 for my New Year calendar, and it's not 18 months. This is one of those planners that has each of the months, but then it has all the other things in it too, that's designed for you and your business. This is an addition to this. So this month, when you double up, you do 1,200 wholesale, you get both of these, but know that these are limited edition. The company only has so many. Everyone that does a 600 will get these, but only these may be gone by the middle of the month. We never know when they're going to be gone, but this is really a beautiful day timer with all the sayings. There's places in the back for notes, monthly goals. It's one of those planners that people pay $50, $60, $75 for. So I wanted you to see that, because those are December gifts from Mary Kay. Okay, I'm going to bring up next these women have earned lots of Mary Kay cars. Actually, Trisha, I'm putting you in the lots category because you're in the process of earning your second car and just your third car in less than 3 years. And then Gail's she can tell us how many cars she has had. This hot grandma has driven around in a Mary Kay. They offered a black Mustang with pink trim at one time. What was the other one? Was it the BMW? you were rocking? Oh yeah, she's rocked all the cool cars in Mary Kay. So I'm going to have you guys share the same thing. Name what you did before, what could have held you back, your gifts you've gained, and what is your product you want to share with us?
I can go. Oh, good. Thank you.
It doesn't matter. I was just going to volunteer.
You're fine.
Well, I'm Gail Carter, and before Mary Kay, I was in accounting. I was over the accounting department of a large credit union. And what could have held me back? There was really 3 things. I didn't have time, and I didn't wear makeup, very, very little. I did use a little bit of skincare, but I had a very low self-esteem. And that was the 3 things. But what I found out was really, I learned how to schedule my time, just like Tina was talking about. And I learned it wasn't hard to learn to do the makeup and teach other people how to wash their face. And also, I would have paid for the self-esteem that it gave me, really. But I have earned 14 cars, driving number 14 right now. And I guess probably, other than the pink, when I've had the pink Cadillac, the Mustang was probably one of the most fun cars, and really attracted more attention than I believe any car that I've driven. People loved that car, and it was fun. I almost didn't take it because I could have gone down just a little bit and took the Escalade, and I love an SUV, but I was going through cancer treatments then. And a director friend of mine said, Gail, take that Mustang. You need to have some fun. And I was so glad that I did. And it was a 2-year period, and I went right back into the SUV. I don't remember what kind, but it's been several different ones. But a gift that from Mary Kay, I was thinking when we first started, and you were talking about gifts, about self-esteem being a gift, and it was, but it was all of a sudden God said, share this other gift I showed you a while back. And that was my dream growing up, was to be a teacher. That's what I always dreamed to be. And somehow I wound up being an accountant. And one day, it hadn't been too terribly long ago in the last few years, it was like, I have fulfilled my dream of being a teacher, because that's what I do. I teach other women to look good, feel good, and build their confidence in their selves. And I teach them how to build businesses where they can make a good income and still keep their priorities in order. Oh, my favorite product. That kind of tears me up when I say that, when I realize that I really fulfill my dream in that. But my favorite product is the Moisture Renewing Gel Mask. It's really hard to say favorite because I love them all. And I went through a lot in my mind, but this morning I thought about this one, or this afternoon. This really, you know, as we get older, we and start aging, our skin doesn't hold the moisture, the hydration like it does when we're younger. And we need something to help with that. And this gel mask actually helps hydrate the skin, but it holds that moisture in. And as the skin is hydrated, it relaxes the lines. And a few years ago, I lost quite a bit of weight, and some things were going on in my life. And I looked pretty crepey from here down, really. And a friend of mine mentioned this, another director friend, and she was telling me that she uses it all over her face and all in here. So I started using it every day, and I was like, wow. And so it's one of my favorite friends, is the Moisture Renewing Gel Mask.
I love that. I like that crepey.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
That's a good tip. I haven't heard that tip before. Okay, who's next?
I'll go
Trisha?
next. And
Okay.
Tina and Gail, thank you for setting me up because mine's very similar. So my name's Trisha Eisenhart. I live in the Creedmoor, North Carolina area, and I've been building my business for the last 3 years. I am now coming up on my anniversary of what I call my anniversary that started it all. And I hate computers, and God just really handed this to me on a silver platter and said, okay, what's your excuse now? And I started doing like virtual Facebook parties and stuff, and I didn't know what I was doing. And so it really launched me into this Mary Kay career. And I was working at a credit union. I was a loan officer there. And anybody who's ever really worked some of these jobs, you know where your expertise is after 20 some years of working in industries, and when that's not appreciated. But really, my drawback as well as my gift is the same thing, and it's that confidence. And my drawback was that I may talk a lot and I have an outgoing personality, but I had the worst stage fright you could possibly think. And Dawn Otten-Sweeney is putting me on these Zoom calls right out of the gate. And it really kind of unnerved me at first, but I pushed through it because I was like, well, she asked me to do it, so I got to do this. And it really set the stage where as I've earned 2 cars, and I've gone through the director. When I earned my directorship, I basically earned my car in 3 months. I earned directorship in 2. And so I actually debuted with both the car and directorship at the same time. And going through the process, like jumping through what you could say hoops or whatever, but just really working my business. I earned a lot in Mary Kay my first year as a director. And so that put me also on stage at seminar. We have our seminar every year, put me on stage multiple times in front of 8,000 to 10,000 people. And y'all, I had horrible stage fright. Okay. And God was just leading me down this path. And it shocked me that I had no fear of walking out there on stage. I was more afraid I was going to trip on my dress because I hadn't worn heels in a long time because of COVID. But I was more afraid I was going to do a face plant than being in front of all of those people, which would have held me back a long, long time ago. But what I really noticed, and I shared this with Dawn in fall of this year in October, I was able to be part of our fall retreat in Georgia and got up in front of over 100 women in the room sharing testimony just like this. And it wasn't so much that I didn't have fear getting up in front of people. What shocked me, and this is my gift, I was energized coming off of that stage, and I would have never thought I would feel energy from being in front of people after being in such stage fright my whole life. I mean, ever since I was a child. So I think it was just that gift that I was like, wow, I was not expecting that, to have the energy that followed that. So I'm very grateful and thankful that Mary Kay is helping me step into what God has called me to do. And every day it's seeking that out of, okay, God, what am I supposed to do? But I love also sharing with women, getting to know women all across this country, also locally. And I actually had a customer that had a severe loss yesterday. And all I did was walk up and I just hugged her and cried with her and prayed with her. And I was like, nothing had to do with Mary Kay. I was just there to be a shoulder for her to cry on at just the right moment. So you never know when you're going to have those awesome relationships that you really build. I have them all over this country with women that I haven't even met in person yet, but they're like sisters to me. And so I'm very grateful and thankful for that. My product is about the only thing left. So I actually have the berry vanilla and the apple and almond. This comes in a body wash as well as a body lotion. I was a Bath and Body junkie for a long, long time. And when I say junkie, my husband literally made fun of me and had my best friend here, and he took her to my stash that I had, and they were making fun of me. Okay. So I transitioned, thank God, into Mary Kay. And when we had this come out, I think it was like 2 falls ago, I opened up the box and I felt like I was walking into the Bath and Body store, and I'm like, there you go. Until Mary Kay starts selling candles, I don't need to make a trip to Bath and Body Works anymore. But I love this shower gel as well as the body lotion, and it's a light scent, but we have concentrated products, so a little bit goes a long way. You really don't need to use a whole lot, so it lasts a long, long time. So those are my favorite products. You're muted, Dawn.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Trisha. Now that leaves Lisa.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Arrington, and I'm actually also located in Canton, Georgia, and I've been building my business for 18 years. Prior to Mary Kay, I worked for Marriott in the hospitality industry. So I got to manage hotels, open new hotels, and I did enjoy it until I got married and started having a family. And so that kind of what leads me into my Mary Kay gift is the freedom and the flexibility that my Mary Kay business afforded me. So I really, really wanted to be at home with my kids, but I was also very driven to contribute to our family income as well. And this allowed me to do both. So I have 3 children who are now 26, 22, and 20. So mine is 18. They were little bits when I started my business. And I can always remember Dawn told me, she goes, Lisa, build your business now while they're little. Even though they might scream and cry when you leave to go do a skincare class, it's okay, because when they really need you as young adults or as teenagers, then you're going to be there and your business is already built solid and, working like a well-oiled machine. And so that was some really great advice in being able to do that. So another gift that also makes me think about is that my kids are very strong. They are very independent. They have such a higher self-esteem through these different seasons of their ages than I ever did when I was growing up. I've also heard it said many times that it's much easier to raise a healthy child than fix a broken adult. And it's just so true, so very true. So that is probably one of my best gifts, because it's so fun to listen to the kids as they either are making decisions or that they are talking to other friends. And it's fun to see them say things that I've said to some of my girls when I've mentored or coached them. And that's what they're doing with their friends, because they've been driving back in the day before I earned free cars in Mary Kay, the great, mom minivan, and talking to different consultants, and they would hear that and then start hearing them repeat it. It was super fun going, wow, because also so much more is caught than taught. And that's what I have found with the kids as well. Let's see. So gosh, like we said, it's so hard to pick a favorite product. But one of my favorites, and it's kind of similar to Trisha's, but you guys, we have the Satin Body Collection. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I will confess, for the longest time, I was buying body wash at the store, and I'm like, Lisa, what the heck are you doing? Because you've got it on your shelf, and you guys, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine not having this now. But this is the Satin Shea Wash. So it's formulated with shea butter. So what I love about that is it helps to maintain moisture instead of allowing it to escape from you. But it is a white tea and citrus. So it's very fresh and it's very clean. And I just, I don't know what I would do without it. So I'm kind of, upset with myself that it took me so long to give it a try. So, but yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Did I share everything I was supposed to?
Yeah. And it's, I'm sure there's probably, like, we used to once a year give all consultants a list of all the different products so you could check the things you hadn't started using yet, because you are like, you can get 50% off, but then you're buying stuff at the store and the Mary Kay quality is always so much better. Lisa, I don't know, when Tina was talking about the chemo kits, I kind of felt like she was leading into maybe you sharing a little bit more about that, or me. I don't know, but if people give them a little cliff note of what the chemo kits are, because some of the guests or other consultants may not know what you guys have been doing.
Okay, so usually in October is when a lot of us will do something when it comes to breast cancer awareness. But we know that there are so many other forms of cancer out there that affect people. So people are doing, chemo treatments, radiation, what have you. And so it does kick off usually in October. That's when we really start getting excited and thinking about it and what can we do. And so we put together kits where it, like Tina was sharing, it has the Mint Bliss, and we got socks with those. So that was really fun. And then the lip balm that Christina was sharing about earlier, as well as the Satin Hands fragrance-free hand cream, because we have found that when people are going through their treatments, it really dries out their skin. So these are 3 products that we knew that we could add hydration back into that and help give them a little relief while they're going through those. And so we just reached out to family, to friends, to customers, to businesses, anybody that would be interested in joining us in this. And so they were donating so that we could be able to provide these kits. And so like Tina said, 150, Tina, kits were delivered by her today to Wellstar, and Wellstar will then the contact that Tina has there will then take those kits to their leaders, their managers, and they will go to all the different oncology centers. And as people come in to have their treatments, they will be gifted with one of these kits. So it's just been a really great program. It's also something that we do not take any profit on. They are at cost. So that's another way that we are able to give back.
Thank you. I love that. And I know some people at this time of the year do donations for, they call it a gift to grandma or grandpa. because
Mhm.
there's so many people in nursing homes at this time of the year that don't have family that, visit them or are local, or they just don't have any family too. So, I let Party with a Purpose, is always a fun way too. If you have people that have needs, have a Mary Kay party and donate, whatever percentage that you want. There's so many ways that women can use their Mary Kay business. And, we share these, you can make use of as much or as little as you want, but I always get a check in my spirit when people say, oh, well, I'm not offering her the Mary Kay opportunity because she doesn't need the money. It's like, first off, you have no idea what's in someone's heart, and money is not the most important thing in life, but it gives you choices. And so some people need a purpose. They need a reason to get out of bed in the morning, that they're benefiting, other people more so than just making money to pay bills and just exchanging time for money like that. People are created to do good. They're created to work, and they're created to serve. And so this business can be a vehicle for all of those different things. Okay, we are going to wrap up with our two Cadillac directors who also, I'm leaving you on the screen for a second. Lisa is a Cadillac director. How does that feel?
I like it.
And then let's see, let's find, go back to my gallery. Sonia's had her eye patches on now for like an hour. and, she is Mary Kay in the background. We just got back from the $1 Million reunion. So all the $1 Million directors are invited to this reunion. So even as a national, I had to have been a $1 Million director to be invited. So the only nationals there were also $1 Million directors before being nationals, and then $1 Million directors. And then we all can invite guests. So the $1 Million directors can invite one guest, directors can invite more depending on their recognition levels. But all the directors invited have to be Cadillac sales directors. And so Sonia and Alden were two of the directors that joined me at the $1 Million weekend. So they may be bringing some insight from that too, because they got to be with the top people in Mary Kay for 3 days. So Sonia and Alden, you can share, some of those things and whatever else you want to share with everyone to wrap our evening up.
You want me to go first? You want to keep your eye patches on for a bit longer?
I always tell people you only leave them on for 20 minutes because then they start sucking it back out of your skin again. No? Fake news?
Yeah, well, I would stick with that. Only use them for 20 minutes and they are phenomenal. So like Dawn said, my name is Alden. I'm also Dawn's daughter. So I've, grown up in a Mary Kay household. And I've already forgotten what I was going to say. I guess before Mary Kay, I was just, a kid. I started when I was 19. I was in college. And I've done this for 11 years now. So I think that amongst all the other things that everybody has said tonight, all of you have stolen a lot of the words I was going to say and a lot of the products. Luckily, I had 5 lined up here. I was texting pictures of all the people that stole my products, which is a good problem to have. But I would say for me, what I have loved a lot with my Mary Kay business and what I consider a gift that has been a gift through 11 years, which has been, a lot of life. That's been college, getting married, my husband playing professional hockey, buying first houses. Now we have a baby, all of those things. I have considered this business such a gift because I've had control and I've had the stability of income that I have not seen in really any other industry at all, you guys. So I've loved that I have been able to invest my time wisely into a business that was built to last, into investing into relationships, building with women that are my customers that continue buying from me 11 years from when I started, and investing into helping women be financially sound no matter their spouse's job or no job, no matter if their, main career, job eliminates them, like you heard Deborah say at the beginning, so that, Mary Kay could be your plan B, that also can be your plan A. But I've been so thankful that I've had control of it. I'm not at the whim of anybody else. Because I know women, we like control. So I definitely love having that control and to be able to run this business at an extremely high level and know that I can continue growing myself and my business no matter what season of life it is or season of life on the calendar, and having that ability that I get to choose when I step up versus somebody saying I'm good enough at that time or the time's right for the company or whatever it is. So that's the gift that I'm loving and cherishing so much right now. And the product, you guys, I'm a super fan of this product. I'm so happy none of you guys stole it before, is our Mary Kay Naturally Oil, especially this time of year. I use this on everything. My biggest tip right now is everybody needs this oil, number one. You also need to gift it to a lot of people. But using this on wet skin after you get out of the shower, a few drops all over your body, and then sealing it in with either the satin body lotion or the apple and almond or berry and vanilla or our toning lotion, and your skin will be forever changed. I use this on my cuticles every night before bed. I use it in my hair. I mix it in my serums, moisturizers. You can use it with everything, and it's part of our Naturally line, which is fully from packaging to how it's sourced to how it's produced to all the ingredients to how it's like finished and packaged, which is beautiful, is all natural and eco certified, which is the highest ranking you can possibly get. So this line's not only aesthetically beautiful, it does great things for you, and it's all natural as well. So everybody needs some bougie body, face, hair, cuticle, put on everything oil.
Thank you. All right, Sonia, bring us home. And it looks like Mary Kay's with us in the backdrop.
And true story, when I'm finished and I turn around, I scare myself. She's really got her eyes on me. Well, I'm so super excited. My name is Sonia Pacey, and I get to lead an amazing unit of women. And that's how I'm able to drive that fluffy pink Cadillac. It really is an amazing, amazing gift to be able to put God first, family second, and career third. So prior to Mary Kay, I was a teacher. I taught for about 16 years cumulatively. And, I've been in this opportunity for almost 20 years. I know I don't look old enough to, say 20 years, but I have. But this is something that the seed was planted in me when I was 18 years old. Like, I knew something about Mary Kay way back then, but I went on, I got my degree, I got married, I had children, I had a husband who was unfaithful. I went back into the classroom. I thought it was a good idea to get married again. So clearly, you guys all have life happening, but when you decide that I've been back in for 3 years, during the pandemic, so earned 3 cars in 6 months. This opportunity is like nothing else. So coming off of that $1 million reunion, what an honor to be there. But to understand, sometimes we need to really level up so that we can see what's up there. So, so excited that Deborah and Tina are going to join us at leadership. But there are a lot of women on this call that there's something in their heart and they want from this opportunity, but you've got to be willing to get uncomfortable to be able to go to the next level. So this is like an internship. So I hope that every woman that has that little bit of, oh my goodness, it makes me kind of sick, that you push through and do this, because in this opportunity, the next level that I'm going to is to, join Dawn as a national sales director. And right now the scoreboard doesn't look like that at all, but it is such a mindset when we really start self-talking to ourselves in a different way. The result that comes from that is just so fantastic. And when we can lay down things that haven't served us in the past and we're growing in the process of that, that's where the true, gift that came from my starter kit is, all the things that everyone else before me had said, but truly to have that relationship with the Lord, to be able to show that, as a single mother, I've got 3 amazing human beings that look at me. And true story, when my son came home, my middle son came home from school today, he's like, Mom, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh boy, Lord, take the wheel. I'm not sure where this is going. He's like, Mom, one of my friends got kicked out of their house and he really doesn't have anywhere to go. Can he come and stay here with us? And I'm like, you know what? The Lord tells us that we help people when they need help. And I know exactly what that looks like. And my son has seen that modeled. So I love this opportunity because it allows me to be exactly who God intended for me to be. It allows me to live my life not in different compartments. I can be who I am. This is the way that I am. And my favorite product that's been on my eye since we started this is the hydrogel eye patches. And I say that every mom, if you have fur friends or human beings or no children at all, this is the best gift. Because true story, I was at the gym this morning and I sold $180 to a guy who didn't try any products. He got the skincare for himself. He shopped for his sister. He's like, I've got these circles under my eyes. I'm like, listen, buddy, I got you. It basically, the difference between a grape and a raisin is hydration. So we get a lot of darkness underneath our eyes. You just want to make sure you're never pulling towards your ears. You always want to go in towards your nose. But look at, when I take these off, they stick. But look at how hydrated it looks underneath my eye area. I mean, this is by far my favorite product. And I say all the Disney princesses have them because inside here, my friends, is a magic wand. So you have a magic wand and then they have glycolic acid. That's what holds them on, but they're sparkly and they stick exactly where they're supposed to. They're fabulous. So you go to a med spa and have it done one time, it's $25. We have 30 pair in here for only 40. So every woman needs that in their stocking because we know, true story, that the stockings go up and mom gets nothing in hers. So make sure that she gets a nice satin lip set. She gets the hydrogel eye patches. So you make sure you talk to the guys and get them what they want. But I love that everyone joined us. I love everything about this opportunity. Not only the way that it makes your skin feel, but how you feel on the inside when you're able to equip another woman to empower generations from here to there. I mean, it's priceless. I mean, honest to goodness. So thank you so much.
All right, you guys, thank you. I hope that that was just like an hour of pink love for you all. And I hope it makes you want to maybe be more active in your Mary Kay business, to be more plugged in, because the more plugged in you are, the more you're going to be sharing that with other people. And this world needs it right now. They need hope. They need connection. They need cash. So I look forward to hearing about the finish lines run through on the 15th. Guest, if this is for you, or if this is something that intrigues you and you're not sure it's for you, if you get your consultant number tonight, I'm going to reimburse the $35 eStart part for every guest that gets their consultant number by tonight. And I love gifting that to you because I signed up with the post-dated check, because that means you don't have the money in your checking account. And now that's illegal, but it wasn't 37 years ago. And I just covered it on the other side. But I was glad that they gave me an enticement to be decisive, because I know that I have spent more at Target than $135, which a whole starter kit and your eStart is. I have spent more than that at Costco. I've spent more than that on outfits or accessories for outfits for special occasions that you never wear again. And so I look back at the risk of not investing that money because I couldn't afford it, and what this has ushered into my family's life with all these gifts, but also the financial security. Mary Kay wanted women to be financially secure, because when women are widowed and or divorced, which is 60% of women over 50, their financial situation is not well. And I love that regardless of, what happens in my marriage or with my husband's health, I pray that we live to 100 together. And I pray that everything works out how we want it to work out, but you never know what's going to happen. But what Mary Kay has given us, like Alden said, she's well aware. Her husband has lost 3 jobs, job eliminated, since they bought their house and had a baby. And a lot of people, that would spin them out of control. And in Mary Kay, it doesn't spin us out of control, because there's lots of women, 96% don't use our skincare tonight when they're washing their face. but we're the #1 selling direct sales in the world, skincare. So we have lots of opportunity. There's lots of women that need what we have to offer. Guest, if this isn't for you, be a talent scout. Who do you know? Host a party. Help your consultant out by the 15th or in December. But if it is something you want to do, get your consultant number, and I'd love to see you on the 30th so we can get this party started and get your new year started. So you guys, thank you for joining me. Our Mary Kay Zoom Christmas party I look forward to. And like Sonia said, you know, the next event in Mary Kay, we have the 30th for our area Zoom in this Zoom room. All consultants are invited. More details will come out. But then if you've ever thought of being in leadership, get your 8 team members and join us in Fort Worth in January. If you decide on the other side not to, you're still going to be probably on target for one of the free cars. And think of a new year with no car payment, no insurance payment. That changes financial situations pretty darn quick. All right, you guys, if I don't see you before, have a very Merry Christmas and thanks for joining me.